Hello there. This is my great presentation on my Odyssey plans exploring possible futures because I'm big into always looking to the future, always seeing what can be. So here we go. To start off with life number one, a banking career. Currently, I'm already in the banking service. My major is accounting. I love it. I love banking so far. So this was pretty easy to do because it's what I want to do. It's what I'll continue to do. And the first question is, will I enjoy working in a structured corporation environment long term? I think yes. I used to work for the BLM doing wildland fires, and it's like somewhat structured, but not very corporate. It was very just free. People were free uh, living. Kind of crazy. Next is, how can I stand out and grow in the competitive banking field? It all comes down to how good you are at your job. Be really good, put in the extra work. And one thing that I think helps a lot is I'm super social. So when you become friends with your boss, they want to promote you. They want to help you out. Will this path give me work-life balance and fulfillment? Yes. All the people I've talked to that work at the bank I do love it. They love what they do. They love the balance it gives them. It's a great career. They don't have to have a second job. They can provide for their families. Their wife doesn't have to have a job. And just some prototype conversations, and some I've even had before. I've talked to some mid-career bankers or bankers at the end of their career. I just talked to one guy that did 40 years in the banking service, and he retired last week. And loved it. And then speak with financial advisors about career progression. I've done this a lot with our financial advisor at the bank. And then meet with the bank manager. I mean, all my bosses are that, so I always talk to them. Next is the prototype experiences. Currently, I work for a bank, like I said. I'm going to job fairs. I try to connect with banks, look at them. I do want to volunteer, and I send for an understanding finances class to help teach it, because I think no one understands finances, and it's because it's boring, but it's important. And then just continue taking financial courses, both online and school, and yada yada yada. And number two, if anything fell through, commercial pilot for sure. I think being a pilot's sounds like the funnest job. So, can I handle the training and physical demands of becoming a pilot? Well, currently I became a firefighter, so I think I can do a pilot. What is the lifestyle of a commercial pilot like? I've talked to a couple of commercial pilots, and it depends. It really does. One of them had to live in Seattle for a long time, and he wasn't like the biggest fan of that, but he worked for Delta, and that's just where you're stationed. You have to be stationed near a big airport to be a big time pilot, unless you want to work for like SU flight school and make $12 a year. And then what are some long-term perspective on earnings? They can earn a lot. They can earn a lot, especially if you become the lead pilot in a plane. Like, you're never gonna have to worry about money again. I know Delta pays their pilots well. Southwest pays their pilot. Like, all major brands pay their pilots well. I even talked to some pilots that fly on fires, and they do exceptionally well for themselves. And then some prototype conversations. I've talked to some commercial pilots in the past, and like I said, a little further down on the next slide, my wife's grandfather was the one, so I've talked to him about flying. And then again, just be with flight instructors at SUU. Luckily, we go to a great school for this that wouldn't be too hard to connect to someone that has real life experience. And then you can just talk to someone in aviation HR about the process, because everything has a process, so they know it better than I would. And then moving on to prototype experiences. Take a flight intro lesson, which I think would be so cool. I don't know if SU offers it. I don't know who offers it, but I still think it'd be way cool. Again, just go talk to the instructors with SU Aviation. I think that's the best experience is to go to the source. Last week, I did talk to one of the main mechanics there, and he loves what he did. He did 20 years in the military, so it was good to talk to him. And I think going to an expo for aviation would be way sick. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? I know my grandfather liked them. And then continue watching day in the life videos. I mean, those are some of the best videos on YouTube. See what it's really like. See if it's good or bad. And then my third option would be a national park naturalist. Some questions I had, because I've heard some people doing this, but not very many. But I mean, our national parks need to be protected. especially with the world how it is. I think it's beautiful. I want my children, my grandchildren, everyone's grandchildren to experience Zion's National Park and arches and all that. So, but again, I feel like when you work at a national park, talk about some questions is you're kind of isolated. So, see how that is. You'd have to get along with the people you work with really well. And then can I live comfortably without the high salary? I think it would be harder. I have a buddy that's a national park ranger right now, and let's just say it's not like he's buying a boat anytime soon. And then again, just what kind of training and certifications do you need? Luckily, I don't think I'm not becoming an astrophysicist, so got that. And then again, some conversations I've talked to my buddy who's a park ranger at Zion National Park, and he loves it. He loves what he does, but again, just the pay's trash. But again, this doesn't matter about pay, so I think this would be cool to preserve. And yeah, just off to some experiences. I think volunteering at a local national park. Luckily, we live in southern Utah, which would be, I think, so easy. We got like 10 national parks in Utah. I don't know, something crazy. I don't think it's that many, TBH, but who knows. So yeah, just take courses in college. Luckily, I did take a rock class by Casey Webb here at SU. He is very passionate, so I'll probably just talk to him, take another class by him. And then some steps I'll take in the future is, again, when I go to career fairs and job fairs, I'll just continue to talk to everyone I can, experience different careers, at least through the eyes of them. And I feel like that's the most important thing to do is just to talk to people in the industries, see which ones would be a good fit if my life ever went sideways. And yeah, that's my presentation.